Minimum wage is one of the most controversial topics in America. It is in fact so controversial that America has changed or reformed the minimum wage 22 different times. And today I'm here to tell you why changing it a 23rd time is not going to make a difference. A lot of people think that we should raise the minimum wage because it's a more livable source of income, or it's more friendly to people who want to get a job but don't want to go through college to get to it. But this is wrong, because if we raise the minimum wage, we will in fact hurt the people that are in minimum wage jobs, because their jobs will end up being taken away. So I have 3 topics here to explain to you why I would not raise the minimum wage. First topic is domestic economy. The second topic is foreign affairs. And the third topic is the future. So starting with domestic economy, I'd like to explain a little bit on how the economy works. But before I continue on with minimum wage, I'd like to talk about our wonderful country, America. Our type of economy is a mixed market economy, which means that a lot of people are given opportunities to start small businesses or things like that. And small businesses often have minimum wage workers. Small businesses often have a budget that is directly correlated to the amount of money they make as a small business. So currently, there are small businesses that are hardly holding on. And if we were to raise the minimum wage, that would force them to make layoffs or raise the prices of the things that they're selling, which would not be great for business, obviously. So this is one of the reasons that raising minimum wage would not be a good idea. What does the minimum wage affect? Minimum wage is not just a small part of the economy, as a lot of people think. There are 2.6 million people who are invested in a job that is below minimum wage or at the federal minimum wage. So this has a huge impact on a lot of things. According to BLS.gov, there are 2.6 million people. So all of these people would cause an exponential raise in the amount of money that is being pushed into minimum wage workers. And so small businesses who are forced to make layoffs or things like that, they can push a lot of people into poverty. And one of the things that we're trying to do by adjusting the minimum wage is to end or reduce poverty. But the more layoffs you make, the more people end up without jobs. And so along with poverty rates, often crime rates will go up as well, because there are people trying to survive, so they break in and steal. And so the only jobs you'd really be creating would be through law enforcement. Moving on to foreign affairs. In addition to small businesses, there's another type of business that we have in America. It's called large business. And through large businesses, we often tie ourselves to other countries. So in America, we have a very nice manufacturing system. And so we partner ourselves with a lot of other countries like China or Japan. And according to US Chamber of Commerce, we have 41 million jobs in manufacturing. So the amount of jobs that are on the line through minimum wage and through foreign affairs is huge. So if we raise the minimum wage, we have to pay 41 million people that much more money, which means that these large companies will have to lay people off, or they'll have to raise their price. And so that will have a negative impact on business with other countries, because other countries want the most efficient trade possible, or the cheapest trade possible. And if we were to raise minimum wage, we'd have to reduce the amount of workers so that it'd take more time to produce things, or we would have to raise our prices. Nobody wants that. How does this impact the domestic economy? Well, there are 41 million jobs invested, and if we were to raise the minimum wage by double, just doing a little bit of math here, we'd probably have to reduce the amount of jobs that are, or amount of people that are employed by these large companies by half. So 21 million people would lose their jobs to this. Moving on to the future, I think that it's a decent idea to pursue opportunities that are up and coming. Like, you have chances to go to college through Potawatomi Promise and things like this, so you don't have to worry about minimum wage. And plus, we want to keep evolving as a country. A lot of the reason that we shouldn't raise the minimum wage is that it's a motivator for people to not learn and educate themselves or become smarter. If we value college more than we do currently, then we could become one of the smartest countries in the world. Another reason why raising the minimum wage is not a good idea is because today's technology is becoming more and more advanced. So soon, instead of seeing minimum wage workers, we might see kiosks or even robots that we type something into and we get our order through. So just a little bit of recap. We talked about the domestic economy and how cost of living or layoffs may occur if we were to raise the minimum wage. We talked about foreign affairs and large business, how we could ruin our trades with other countries through raising a minimum wage. And we talked about the future, how we can be replaced by kiosks if we keep on threatening to raise minimum wage. So for me, it just makes sense and dollars to not raise the minimum wage. Thank you.